of your day, coming to the close of what's been an extremely volatile last 1 hour, finally closing above 19,250, but firmly in the red, 60 points down on the Nifty. Sensex lower by 100 points. Midcaps putting up a fight, saw some volatility, dipped into the red, but it wants to close up in the green. And the small cap index, that's where the action is. Small cap index closing with a gain of close to about 1%. Quick run through of the gainers. Maruti is your top gainer, reclaimed 10,000, might close just below that. Cipla, HDFC Life, Hindalco, Titan, some of the other notable winners. On the losing side, Adani Enterprises down 3.5%. Oil marketing companies weak. Eicher Motors down 2%. Britannia, Tata Consumer. So some of these FMCG names also came under pressure.
By the way, just want to point out that we've got the preliminary inflation reading for the Eurozone for August. That print is higher than anticipation. So there's some negative news on the macros there coming through. Anyway, just quickly talk about midcaps as the bell goes. Some of these contracting stocks, EPC stocks, they've had a very good session. Look at NCC, big volumes and huge price, 12% on this one. Dilip Bilkon was the other stock, 7.5% higher. Other names that found traction included a Kalyan jeweler, sparkling bright there, 10% on Kalyan. You had an Equita small finance bank, Geo Financial Services, that is still a part of the Nifty and the NSE indices, but no longer a part of the Sensex and the BSE indices. That index ends with a gain of about, stock ends with a gain of about 4%. BPCL, Hindustan Copper, RVNL, some of these PSUs also had a decent session. On the losing side, we've already discussed MedPlus and Sula, Ashok Leyland, Bank of Baroda, IRB. These are some of the other large mid-caps where we saw some selling come through.
I think Supreme also is that MSCI.
MSCI.
So yeah,
I think $177 million was one estimate of the inflows.
So yeah, that was a surprise one. I remember Supreme was actually absolutely, it's actually started 5% higher, then it sold off 5%. It ends up 5%. So
it's also
it's
not an F&O stock, it's a cash stock.
Yeah.
So I think that also adds. So a lot of the other stocks see pre-positioning because they're a part of the F&O, but Supreme is not. And therefore, you tend to see even that last minute up moves when there is that MSCI related angle.
Absolutely. But so many more names, right? I mean, Titagarh, 10%, right? I mean, we talked to the management of Jupiter Wagons, which that's actually the larger of the two between Titagarh and Jupiter, surprisingly. But Titagarh 10%. Gland is another one which went up 10%. Zensar Tech, I'm not sure if you mentioned it. LG Brothers. There's Data Pattern which went up sharply. And so many others. Spandana was up about 4.6%. Rosari Biotech 5.5%. Shalby Hospitals. That's one of the names which Vijay Kedia mentioned earlier on in the week when he was on. So he owns over 1% there. So 243. Iron Exchange saw some correction recently, but is basically back up, almost back to about 570 now. Iron Exchange up 10% today. Big volumes as well, by the way, so not small at all. What else? I mean, actually, you'll have to go down the list because there are so many names. VST Tillers, 5.5%. There is Take Solutions, which went up about 7%. Sakti Sugars, 7%. Rushil Decor, about 5.5%, and so on and so forth. So, really, I mean, as I said, basically, the small cap index rallied 0.5%, even as the Nifty and the Bank Nifty went south. So that's the power of small caps, if you can put it that way. It's a wrap on this edition of Closing Bell. From all of us here, goodbye. Thank you for watching. But stay tuned. Our Thursday special, Big Deal, will take the action forward coming up next.